Was that too loud? Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Low High Trips, and this is your host Aaron. Once again, we have Kasey back with us, and right before we hit record, we were actually just talking about the several concerts that we've attended over the past year, namely Tame Impala, which was potentially the best experience of my life, Man I Trust. I didn't know that they will sound that good live.
Yeah.
As well as DPR Live and Ian. And obviously, the closest that I've been to a K-pop concert is attending and watching DPR Live and Ian live in person, which is completely not even close to being a K-pop concert just because they're Koreans. So you were telling me that K-pop concerts are extremely different. You told me like, oh, I didn't know what's all these rules, what's all this encore, right? Like one more song. Like what the fuck is that shit? Just do it. Just play it, man. Stop like push-pulling. Anyway, I'm not gonna stop ranting, but can you please enlighten us about what K-pop concerts entail?
Okay.
I was just like spazzing, like fucking
I feel so
caffeinated. I'm just
stressed.
like, oh.
First, I'm just speaking on my own behalf, and I think it's more like how I prepare for a concert in that sense, and the context would be like how I used to prepare going to K-pop concert in Hong Kong. Obviously, because I was from Hong Kong, it was kind of my hardcore K-pop fans phrase
Era.
era in that sense. And FYI, the context would be EXO at the time, and I think that's why I kept saying like I kind of don't know how to add outside of K-pop concert, because my first exposure to concert would be a K-pop concert. And then I realized, obviously, after I stopped following K-pop, like not stop as like after I start going to non-K-pop concert, I realized it's so different. Everyone's so chill. Everyone really enjoy the music to me, which was something new. And but anyway, yes, when it comes to K-pop concert, it's really different. I'll probably break it down as like how from the start how I got the ticket first. So it's quite different from the normal concert that we usually go. For example, like Man I Trust, Tame Impala, we kind of just like you just do your best, open the official website, you click, right? So
open on the days of inshallah.
Yeah, so there's no such thing in like this in Hong Kong. So a lot of time when it comes to, for example, K-pop, especially, I'm not going to talk about K-pop concert in Japan, because the whole ticket system is very different. For example, when it comes to EXO, you're supposed to be EXO-L Japanese fan club for you to enter. Like the whole system is very different. Technically, you have to be Japanese to buy the tickets, and they use your own ID and stuff. So it's very difficult to go to the concert in Japan, so I kind of gave up on the idea. And Korea is quite difficult as well, but Korea, technically the ticket themselves are cheap, but because you basically almost impossible for you to be fast enough to click the ticket bar, so it's always second-hand the tickets. Almost, I dare to say, no first-hand ticket. And that was the same case in Hong Kong as well. And FYI, K-pop concert in Hong Kong is quite difficult, because at the time there was this like I think it's still in place, the Korea-China ban. So for the longest time, Korean artists, Korean idols, they were banned to go to China. So the Chinese government, they had this ban to be like, they don't want too much Korean influence on Chinese teens apparently. So they, like for the longest time, they kept going to China to do all the tours, because China is such a big country that you imagine you just do tour for every city, you earn so much. Then they suddenly out of nowhere one day they just cut it. So from now on, they can only come to Hong Kong, because technically Hong Kong is not under China government. But yeah, because of that, so they had to, they've been coming to Hong Kong, but instead of, let's say, coming to Hong Kong 2 days tour, they start doing 3 days, 4 days like that. And the crazy thing, the ticket in Hong Kong was so hard to get, because all the fans from China, they would travel from China to Hong Kong to watch
The
EXO.
demand is insane.
Yeah,
for the supply.
because they don't come to China anymore, so they have to travel to Hong Kong to watch EXO. So the demand and supply was basically crazy, and a lot of time there's, I don't know how you call that, like the second hand seller.
Reselling, I think.
Yeah. It's
Resell.
a lot of time
Scalpers.
we didn't really have a proper system, as in legally to monitor all this ticket sales. So a lot of scams and stuff, and a lot of time you basically can't get online ticket like
first-hand tickets.
Yeah, that's almost impossible, and it's very common for them to reserve tickets internally. So basically, it's a second-hand system. You always buy a ticket from someone. It's
So it's
never
always
from
second-hand.
Yes, it's never official website,
That
and
honestly
it's
sounds stressful.
fucking expensive. And
Yeah.
a lot of time, the best scenario is that you know someone. For example, I don't know. I remember like a lot of like honky movies that we've watched. Like they have this
Happy Together.
logo, something media. So that one is one of the biggest company entertainment industry. So they kind of like have they do a bit like movies, music, blah blah blah. So like a lot of time like you always know like friends, mom, friends that work in that industry to get you a ticket, something like that.
Wow.
So that's the easiest way. Or the different way would be if you really have no connection, no network, you just try your luck and you buy a ticket online, which is
Secondhand.
really expensive, which I've done both. And I really have to say there's no other way for you to get the ticket online official, like from the official website. All you can get is probably the cheap ticket, like the $100 ticket, like which you can't even see. You don't
I
even
like
know
how
what
that is considered cheap tickets.
Yeah.
$100.
Yes, so
Jesus.
I'll break down the most back in the days. At that time, it was actually a very rewarding, I dare to say, career in that sense. A lot of people, if they somehow manage to get the ticket, they'll double the price and resell it. And I dare to say, if they double the price, you're lucky. And at the time, for me, a chronic, I'll say. Yes, a
K-pop
chronic
stan.
K-pop, like I'll say a chronic EXO fan at the time.
What's the
EXO L.
L? What's L? Loser.
No, but I actually don't like to use the term EXO. It sounds so fake because it's so official, like, but we don't necessarily call ourselves like that. And especially for me, like
Bunnies.
I specifically I like Sehun, like K-pop as a big group, like I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like the toxic ones.
Yeah. So Sehun is the visual of the group, right?
Yeah,
And
visual
dancer.
and the dancer. Yeah,
Okay.
but so yeah, Sehun is my favorite member, and what you guys like to call bias, something like
Yeah,
Sehun stan,
bias.
like shit like that. Yeah, so Sehun was my favorite member, and at the time, for example, when it comes to K-pop concert, they're always like standing song and sitting, right? So for you to like someone so much, for example, when it comes to Hong Kong concert, it always whenever it's our tour, they always start from Korea. So from Korea, and then they went different stop. We would always someone's gonna do it. I'm not doing it, but I will research how Sehun's gonna walk. For example, one concert, there are probably like 12 or 15 songs. So all the songs, how many times Sehun gonna stand on the left, or how many times Sehun gonna stand to the right. And a lot of time that's the main stage, the one you see, and they have the extended stage. And when it comes to K-pop concert, if any of you or the audience, you've never been to a K-pop concert, I strongly, highly recommend you to go to at least one K-pop concert. It doesn't have to be EXO, can be anyone. Ideally the big one, because when it comes to K-pop concert, they do so much extra fancy shit. For example, for me, EXO, they like doing anything with fucking water or whatever stuff.
And lightsabers. I was
So
like, what the hell, bro?
so they would actually they probably make the stage like it's raining and stuff. They just dance in the rain, that kind of shit. So like
Half
we call
naked.
it. We call it holy water. So when they like spin and shit, the water literally like spill into your face. That's the holy water, by the way. But yeah, so being Sehun stan, so I had to beforehand prepare how basically his walk. I don't
His
know how you call it.
formation.
Yes, the
But is
formation.
it consistent though? Like, how do you
Usually
know
it's
about his formation in the first place?
So
Usually?
basically, when it comes to stage, for example, like NewJeans, oh my god. So a lot of time you have the specific position you have to stand there, so you can't move everywhere. They would change the formation, but you can't go too far from that.
It's
But
a
obviously,
dance routine, for example.
yeah, and
performance routine.
when it comes to K-pop concert, it's very normal, very common for us to have what we call talk. So we dance, sing for like 2-3 songs, then we stop for a bit, we stand there, everyone stand in line, talk. And because FYI, Sehun and Chanyeol, like 2 different members, they're the tallest ones. So Sehun tends to be in the corner, either left or right. So I basically have to research beforehand where he's gonna stand. Then I have to buy the ticket.
So it's all scripted in a sense that his position and formation, where he stand would be
scripted, yeah. So it's decided beforehand. So it really depends on the first tour, like the first concert of the tour. And then a lot of time, obviously, he would run to both left and right, but there is, let's say, 60% or 70% he would likely to be on the left-hand side. So I'm going to go for left-hand side. And a lot of time, the easiest way to put it, for example, the concert, the stage, you have the main stage, and then they have the extended, like a little runway here. And there's like, let's say a circle or something like that. So a lot of time we separate, for example, left, right, standing song A, B, and then the big one at the end, that's standing song C, like that. And a lot of time their numbers, for example, standing song A, then there's 1 to 500. Like I think usually like one standing song can take around like 400-500 people, like that. So it really depends on the number you get. So basically the smaller number you get, basically the smallest one, number one, is the best because you're the first one in line. So when it comes to concert, you have to get there early to line up to queue. So you'll be the first one when they open the door. You literally the first one run in so you can pick whatever spot you want. So if you're like number 500, you're gone.
So the numbers are basically your numbers on the queue.
Yeah. So how you can go in, but
depends if you can maybe run faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not joking. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it does have an impact how fast you run, and usually it doesn't really make a difference the first 10 because there's still so much space, but it's different when you're like 200 because in front of you you already have probably 2-3 layers of people there, and so yeah, that's usually how I should I say strategize? Like how to plan out what song I'm supposed to get. And unfortunately, you're fucked if, let's say, you like this certain member and this member stand with another popular member. So that song is fucking expensive.
Because the demand is really high.
Yes. And then another song, let's say, if with less popular members. So different songs come with different prices because they know who's more popular. So I'll say...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll say, for example, at the time, for me, I'm kind of like all of nothing. It's like I either just go home watch, or if I'm go there, I have to be in the front row. I have to go there standing song. I like to be squeezed so tight, like I can't breathe. Like it's kind of like a bit like the adrenaline rush.
Semi-concerning, but yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I felt so alive when I was in the standing song, and I feel like I felt
when
so...
you were hyperventilating.
Yeah, like caffeinated in that sense. Like obviously after that I crashed, but doesn't matter. So for me, I will always go for obviously within my financial budget that how far I can go. The standard price for, let's say, standing song would be around, I'll say those I get from 800 Australian dollars to 1,000 Australian dollars. And just, the smallest number I've ever got, the smallest one is still 60 something.
You mean the smallest number you have on
that
the queue?
Financially I could afford is 60 something.
And that's 1K Aussie.
1K Aussie. So I can probably, and it really depends on the location as well. That's why it's quite common. For example, again, I'm from Hong Kong, so I dare to say our pay in Hong Kong is quite good compared to some of the other Asian countries. So sometimes it's actually better for us to travel somewhere, for example, like Malaysia, to watch a concert. Because with the same amount of money,
the currency rate,
I can probably get like number 110 in Hong Kong, but with the same amount of money, I can get like number 60 in Malaysia with the same price.
So it makes more sense for you to travel.
Yes,
you're saving money.
Sometimes that could be the case. So obviously beforehand, network, like friend, like, hey, here's my money. And a lot of time, that's why it was so common for people to get scammed. And now I believe Hong Kong, they have better system about, but at that time I didn't have it. So fortunately, I didn't get scammed. So I pay quite common $800 to $1,000 for a ticket. And the fucking scary thing is like a lot of time, you won't get the ticket till like the day or 2 days beforehand.
That is scary as shit.
Yeah. It's really common, but at the same time, because there's a community there, if someone fuck you up, you can post it online.
The backlash.
So, yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. So it's just like how big the person is in the community, so they can't fuck their reputation up. So let's say once I get my ticket like a few days beforehand, so a lot of time I'll probably usually I have other friends who like, for example, like her bias is next to Sehun, or like I have a friend who likes Sehun as well, so we tend to go together. And a lot of time the concert usually start around like 7 or 8, then I'll probably pack beforehand, and it really depends on how much energy I have. Sometimes I'll go what we call airport pickup, which is fucking embarrassing. I hate to say it. Now I'm old enough, I'm not gonna do this shit anymore, but it was so common.
Can you give some context? How old were you back then?
I think I was like exactly like 17, 18. So I
High
started like
school.
working part-time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to call it like Discovery Channel. It's like, you know how like around like the season, all the animals, they just move to the other side of the country shit. Like that's what you see at the airport. So they would land and then they would come out of the airport very shortly, probably just a few steps, then walk back to the car, and you just see that 3 seconds.
Wow.
You just wait there. And a lot of time, probably like, oh, like, it's the exit A. And I was like, no, sounds coming from the exit B. That all the fucking, like, teenage girls, you just see them running across the airport. And unfortunately, I happened to be one of them. It was so embarrassing. It was so fucking embarrassing. Like, every time I just hope. And you know how, like, some of the, like, TVB, they like to film that. Because it's so embarrassing.
Yeah. Thank you for your confession today. Yeah.
Legendary, like, iconic, popular K-pop group arrived at the airport. Crazy fans following everywhere. And they just, like, some cameramen, they will actually go there film. So embarrassing. Every time I was there, I just hope my parents never saw me. But so it's really common. If I had the energy and I would do it, usually they would arrive a day beforehand. Then obviously they eat a bit and they'll do rehearsal. So, but sometimes, which to be honest, very exhausting for the K-pop idol as well. They would probably arrive on the same day as well. It's quite a normal thing. So it really depends on my energy level. So sometimes I go do the airport pickup, sometimes I don't. And FYI, when it comes to airport pickup, one of the things is a mini store. The one that the collapsible one, so you can put it up so you can stand on top.
Oh,
so you'll be taller. And a lot of times, some people, they're fucking crazy. They get like the taller one is like a few layers, so they can stand really tall. And there's this culture called in K-pop called fan side. So which I mean fan side. So there's some
is it like fan cam?
Yeah. Basically where fan cam or the photos from. So they always carry, usually like Korean, they have more. They all usually carry like camera, and they just take a lot of photos of the idol. And
Are
a lot of
cameras
time,
even permitted in the first place?
it's not in the concert, but outside of the concert, technically usually is permitted. But at the same time, like a lot of idols, they kind of rely on that to get popular. Sometimes, like let's say small idols, one day they just got so big because this one fan cam got viral, something like that. So a lot of time when it comes to, let's say, airport pickup or concert, you always have to watch out for them because like all this like Korean fan side, their camera is fucking huge. They're as big as your head and they're very expensive. Sometimes they just smash your head to take photo. So Korean fan side, they're known for very aggressive. So airport pickup is not as fun to me. Doesn't like.
It sounds chaotic.
Yeah, and it's just for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, I would skip that. So let's say put that aside for concert. I would usually get ready. Ideally, if the concert start at around 7, 8, I'll probably get ready like 11, 12, and then I'll meet my friend I'm going to for lunch, and likely that will be our last meal for lunch.
What?
And
Yeah.
yeah, then
Bro, I thought last supper. Oh,
then
okay.
we will start going to the venue, the stadium, arena, whatever. So you go there and you have to start queuing up, and you kind of sort of like you walk around, like you see how the venue is, kind of thing. And usually, for example, the concert start at 7, so people go in, let's say 7 or 8, so they start putting people in around 6, so the queue start around like 3, 4. So your whole afternoon, you basically just go in the queue and just sit there. And a lot of time, why you have to arrive early, for example, my number is, let's say, 60. Sometimes if number 60 not here, some fuckers, they probably just grab their ticket, they're probably 120, they just walk up to 60. That's why there's always security there, and you queue up like 2-3 hours beforehand. So you can't go there last minute. Just it doesn't mean just because you have the number you can go in. So they actually cut off, let's say, 1 or 2-3 hours before they let people in. So basically, your entire afternoon you have to stay there.
What time?
So I'll say usually around like 4 or 5, you have to sit there and wait till they open, like let you in around 6. And after you go in, you wait for another hour because standing zone, you always go in first. And then they let the sitting, like the fans, like then they go in. Yeah. And a lot of time, because obviously I'm not the shortest, but I'm not the tallest either. And just, the collapsible stool is not allowed, technically, not allowed in concert. So I always had to wear like, not heels, but like boots, but like really the high heel one.
Wow.
So yeah, I always had to wear that, and summer is fine, but sometimes like when it comes to winter, I will have to wear coat because like sometimes when it comes to queuing up, it could be outdoors, so it's fucking cold.
Gee.
Yeah, so you spend a few hours sitting there, and most of the time when it comes to K-pop concert, the security wouldn't necessarily treat you like humans. They treat you really badly, and a lot of time you have to fight with people, not as in physical fight, but it could be physical fight. But sometimes people could steal your number, like someone just walk next to you, sit down, be like, what's your number? Then they probably hide. They will probably hide. They don't tell you. So a lot of time, like, there's no one to regulate this kind of shit. So you have to settle things yourself.
Being honest, that sounds quite toxic though.
Yeah, it's really toxic. It's fucking toxic. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on both ends. I try to squeeze in before, but I don't go as crazy. So I've been to, let's say, 100, like 120. I try to squeeze up to like just squeeze through to like 100, 110, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, and I've been on the other end, I'm probably like 60 and someone like 100 try to come to me sitting there. Then I found like, dude, you're not even like 62. Like, you have to go back. So it happened like that. And then you sort of go in, you have to fucking run the moment they open the gate. The moment you open the gate, you have to run. And usually, let's say if I'm 60, there's already, let's say one layer of people there. So I'm probably second one. But after you go in, you can squeeze. It's super toxic because you squeeze people out, and a lot of time, here you go, Koreans, they always have the advantages, especially like fan side, because they yell and they tend to be the stereotype quite aggressive. So they will actually pull hair and they actually beat people up.
What the hell?
And sometimes they use the camera to knock your head. It's really common. And FYI, camera, DV, everything we're calling like not allowed in concert, but people will do it anyway. So a lot of time we have slogan that we put on our neck. So slogan, you open it, then you got
it's like a scarf.
Yeah, like a scarf, like all Sehun, and then you have his picture. So it's like when they walk close to you, you show it so they can recognize their fans. So a lot of time, for example, if I'm recording, then I'll have my scarf, and I'll have my scarf cover half of my camera. So I just that stop. That's what we do. So ideally, when it comes to K-pop concert, go with your friends, not friends. Go with your friends. So someone to cover your ass. If someone tries to squeeze in, you two can link together. And
Damn.
And sometimes you can be the asshole. Sometimes someone can be the asshole. So it's really intense. And I think a lot of time is, to be honest, while you in it, like the adrenaline rush is insane. And I think I talk about so many times before, probably that's why my ears be fucked, because at the age like 16, 17, I've been going to K-pop concert, and I have the obsession with the front row. So I think
That's
my
crazy.
ears so used to the boom, boom, boom one. So I'm so used to it. And to be honest, you know how sometimes you see like, I don't know, maybe like Michael Jackson concert, like the first row get too thirsty, like probably fainted, then
They're
they
passing out.
yeah, it's quite common in K-pop concert as well. I dare to say every K-pop concert I went, someone got taken out like that. It's very common. Yeah, but at the same time, for me, my mentality is like, fuck, man, I paid for 1,000 to be here. I'm not gonna let anyone to take me out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
such
really
a waste.
survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
What the heck is this, man?
It's such a waste.
Physical
That's why
100.
I feel like my feet, I wasn't as physically fit back then, but my mentality was really strong.
Yeah, resilient. It's
Yeah.
like, yo.
So obviously my whole point there is just Sehun. So let's say after they open the gate, we went there, we picked the perfect spot, we picked the spot that Sehun gonna see me here. Sehun likely to I probably count like how many times Sehun would stop at this one specific spot. Then we just stand there, so like blah, 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 and then the people come in, sit down, then open, here's the show, and they'll do a few songs talking. So basically what I do, I just sit there and yell his name. That's
It's called stand basically.
yeah, and then I
Proper
just
bias.
scream like sometimes but if you think about it, there's so many people, they couldn't hear.
Can't hear shit, yeah.
But they'll look around, and the guy I like, Sehun, he's known for very like zen. So he always song out, which is not good. So he's doing his job, but he always song out on the stage. So he's probably looking at you, but you can see his eyes gone. It's like zzz, like that. Like he's not really looking at you. But I don't know, it was true love, and I don't know what I was doing. But basically, that's just how the concert went. And sometimes like all you want is just memory. You take video, you took pictures, and you yell his name a few times. He probably turn look at you, smile, wave a bit. Then like, oh my god, my life's changed. That's all. Then you kind of it's always the preparation
Nirvana.
and the aftermath. But the concert, like that 2-3 hours, like is is the best, but at the same time, it's actually surprisingly underwhelming, to be honest. So after that,
Underwhelming? What do you mean?
it's just a concert. They're not gonna be like, oh my god, Kasey, like not gonna do shit like that.
But the whole experience is so intense.
The best you do is just say hi, wave, and he waves back. And a lot of people, they throw shit on the stage, which I absolutely hate. I don't do that shit. Just, did I? No, I didn't. So I didn't. So a lot of time it happened before, obviously, like I said, holy water. So I always pick the spot where he excitedly danced in the rain. So he was kick, my whole face is just wet, my hair is wet, but it's nice.
You paid for that shit, bro.
That's the holy water. And I think it is quite funny some of the times because, like I said, I'm Sehun stan, so a lot of time I'm very obsessed with him. Let's say another big member's coming here, so everyone's like, oh my god, back. Like I would just turn around because I was looking for my Sehun. So I became very visually different. I don't know how to say it. Because imagine like you're the member walking here, everyone's turning towards you, and this one fucker just like turned her back to you. So obviously I really stood out in that sense. So it happened before. So I guess that's probably my highlight. But
At least
anyway,
you're very loyal.
yeah,
So you're very loyal and committed.
I'm very loyal. I don't really care if other members came to me. So, but at the same time, it sounds a bit toxic. But that's basically how I prepare a K-pop concert. And the aftermath is quite bad as well. A lot of time they probably complete the concert, blah, 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 like bye, encore. Then they might actually leave the same night, which was fucking exhausting. Because after the concert, then we'll probably go to airport, so-called airport drop-off, the same thing again. And the funny thing is that a lot of time, this kind of thing, the concert is not close to the city center, I dare to say, around the airport. So a lot of time, the moment we pay for the concert, we don't have money for accommodation.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of time it's like, let's
Homeless.
say, yeah, homeless. A lot of times it's like, no. Like, for example, we finish the concert around 10, and if they take the early flight, let's say 6, what I'm supposed to do, I'm not going to go home and come back, right? So a lot of times we'll probably book the hotel close to the airport or the concert place. Then we can just, in the morning, we leave early. So a lot of time in this case, likely those hotels, they're very fucking expensive. So we would chip in with other probably, let's say, 3-4 girls, a lot of time probably your friends or your friends' friends. So
And
half
these are the
of them,
people you met through K-pop?
yeah. So half of the people, they're probably technically strangers, and you just sleep in the same room. All these like 4 or 5 girls, like some in the couch, some probably sleep 3 girls sharing 1 king size bed like that. So all you want is just to push through the night. So wake up early, do the whole airport drop off thing, and then you come back. So it actually sounds so exhausting, but imagine at that time in your life, there's nothing you look forward to, and that's your highlight of your year. And you just do the same thing again. Like usually they'll come probably 3 days, and that 1 year, that's your peak of your life, the year.
That's all you look forward to. You're
Yeah.
planning your entire year for this
3 days.
concert. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that's my routine for K-pop concert, and overseas would be quite different as well. When overseas, obviously, I only start following them overseas after I got a bit older financially, because I had to fly and stuff, and obviously, flight ticket, hotel, and again, it's the same thing again. That's why you got really close with some of your K-pop friends, because you guys stay over, sleep together, eat together, and the concert as well. So somehow you end up like meeting a lot of random people. Like I had K-pop friends I used to be close with. They're probably 10 or 20 years older than I was, and always networking, because your friend's friend can help you to get the concert for the ticket for the next concert. And some of my K-pop friends, even this day, we still remain really close. And obviously, some of them like impressive. They did end up moving to Korea to study, to be in the industry with them. Like, I'm not saying like I had friends who met EXO before, but I did have we're still friends, like moved to Korea, and she's working in the area. She's kind of like interpreter or something. So she helped with, for example, like album production, or let's say fan side event, like the online one. So they can be like, how to say, the casual interpreter. And here and there, she would come across other idols, but not EXO yet. So to me, obviously, I'm out of the
Fan
picture,
base.
the fan base for a long time, but it's still cool when I see people like that doing it.
Yeah. Because you did mention like right now you've basically retired, right? Let's just put it that way. I think that's the best way to put it. You've basically retired from being an EXO stan. No, actually that's wrong. Obviously you're still supporting them, but you're not like active, and you're not doing this hardcore shit anymore. So
Yeah.
how does it feel like looking back objectively.
Yeah, I think I hate people say like, because I bought a lot of merch, and like one of my toxic traits is that I fucking love photo book, and photo book is some sort of, it's like non-official merch. It's usually a fan site. They took a lot of pictures of Sehun, then they release a book or like postcard, something like that. So my hobby at the time was to collect all photo book, and all photo book, they're probably approximately 100 200 pages, and they're fucking heavy and they're not
What?
cheap.
100
showed
to 200
you.
pages?
I showed you before.
But I didn't remember that it was 200 pages.
I showed you before, so it was quite toxic of me. So now basically at my parents' place, like I have shit tons underneath my bed, and people always be like, "Oh, don't you feel like it's a bit waste because you don't follow Sehun anymore?" But I
You
don't feel
spend
because it's my
thousands
youth.
and
It's my
thousands.
youth. I'm not even gonna resell it because I still like, I don't open it anymore. But here and there, like once in a year or once every 2 years, I just flip like, oh,
Nostalgic.
this is my life. This is my youth. This is my
Was.
18. Yeah, like how I was when they were like that, and
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
And I
I
guess-
don't regret.
Yeah, and I guess in a way, if you think about it, like that was their peak, and it was the only time that they would peak. There's no more. It's like there's no other opportunities to support them.
Yeah,
You get what I
yeah,
mean? It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you can't be like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till I'm financially stable when I'm 50 and I'll start supporting EXO.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
they're probably dead by then.
Yeah,
Touch wood, but yes.
bit mean, but yes.
Yeah, but speaking of peak, like what was your peak like moment in K-pop stand, or like what is that one thing that stood out to you? Like, Jesus, man, I've really peaked.
Yeah, so it might sound silly for I think like non K-pop fans, but I think to K-pop fans is really big. So basically, like I mentioned, there's this culture in K-pop called fan site. So I don't think it's as big when it comes to international fans, aka Western fans. But in, let's say, Korean, Chinese, Japan, it was very common. Like especially big idols, their peak, they could be having like 200 fan sites. So a lot of time, imagine it's like mini organization. It's like I can come up with a name. Let's say, I don't want to quote the actual name. For example, I can have this. I like Aaron Low. Aaron Low is an idol, and the fan site name is Lasama. Imagine.
Yeah, okay.
And then what I do basically, I go follow him. I take a lot of picture of Aaron Low at the airport, concert, other public events. I take a lot of videos, and then every year I'll release a photo book. Usually the big ones. I'll release a photo book and I actually sell it. And supposedly the money would come back to me. Then I prepare birthday gift back to Aaron Low.
Oh.
So it's
So it does contribute to
yeah,
Aaron
yeah.
Low.
Supposedly,
Somehow,
obviously, if they earn a lot, somehow they use the money to help. Like ideally, they use the money to contribute back to the what we call birthday project, and also, let's say, if for them to do another overseas schedule, for example, flying to fucking Egypt. But anyway, yeah, like imagine fucking Egypt to see Sehun, because I don't know, Sehun's now in Egypt sometimes here and there. But anyway, obviously at the time, I was in Australia and I was still actively following Sehun. But unfortunately, I couldn't fly as much. It was very limited. Imagine like flying from Australia. So it was around Sehun's birthday, and I've been following one of the biggest fan site for the longest time. And the fan site has been following Sehun, I think, since he was debut. So
And what do you mean by following? You mean like subscribing to them, or actually like paying money to them, or like what is this? What do you
no,
mean by
as
follow?
in physically following the fans have been physically following Sehun, as in taking pictures and stuff. And for me, I just like following as in like social media, that I always in loop like what photos Sehun has from that event. And obviously that fan site, like they're the one taking the pictures.
Yeah.
So at that time, usually a birthday project, so the fan site themselves, they would buy a lot of gifts for Sehun, and it's kind of a tradition for K-pop to show how famous, how popular my idol is. It's just like the reputation, like the front, basically the front, to show like, oh, look at my idol, he's the biggest. And FYI, it's very common, like for big K-pop group, for example, like EXO, for fans to buy them Rolex.
What?
It happened before, for example, like motorbike.
They can afford their own shit, bruh.
Yes, but it's different because it's gift. That's the thing. So personally, I have no opinion. Like as long as they have the money, and I would love it as K-pop idols. And FYI, Sehun is a really nice person. So after a while, like he actually probably announced, please stop sending me gifts anymore. I can't afford that. He himself said that. But it was right before he made this decision. But before that, like obviously the fan side themselves, they would buy a lot of fucking expensive gifts from Rolex to like Dior, Chanel, blah blah blah, everything. So
motorbike? What the hell?
yeah, but it wasn't for Sehun. I'm saying as in
Sounds
another
another
idol.
person, yeah.
Yeah,
Did they
yeah.
even have a license, bro? Like,
I mean, to be honest, their cars are really nice, like fucking Porsche and shit. Like, but it's the heart there, you know, to buy them gifts, and a lot of time they package it nicely, and it's just to showcase, like, look at this, how popular my idol is, and a lot of time, the fan side they would buy their own gifts, but sometimes they would take like casual gifts from like individual fans, and obviously you can send your individual gift to Sehun, but just send to the office building, for example, SM the agency building. But it's easier sometimes when it comes to like large fan side, because like, you know, once they send like probably like 30 gifts there, so like you can just pack everything one go, send it to him. So at the time I chose that method, so I picked the gift and I sent it to the fan side. And at the time, I think there was a period of time like Sehun really liked wearing glasses. His eyes were really good, but he just had glasses for decoration. And
aesthetic.
I think, yeah, aesthetic. And I think I like him enough. I memorized every glasses that he had. So I personally, is a little bit my own little interest as well. Like, I like guys wearing glasses, like kind of like my ideal type at the time. So I was like, oh, I really like Sehun with glasses on. So I kind of I'll say review all the glasses that he had. Then I bought another pair of glasses, the shape, the type that he never had for him. So I think it was from Saint Laurent, and the pricing was probably like around 400. So
400 Aussie dollars?
yeah.
Australian dollars?
Yeah, so it was probably like around 400 Australian dollars. So it wasn't the most expensive gift Sehun has received, obviously, but I think I put in a lot of effort in like picking one that he didn't have. And like I wrote a letter as well. Fucking Korean. Like, I don't know how bad my handwriting was. And at the time, Sehun had a dog called, I mean, the dog is still there, called Vivi. So I had a friend at the time, and she's K-pop fans as EXO fans as well, and she herself, she's a graphic designer, so she actually make all this little, I think I showed you before, all this like sticker. So she make VV stickers as well. So basically, I decorate my gift with not just the gift, obviously with VV sticker, and Sehun loves his dog. Yeah. So that's why I was like, you know, he better open it. Yeah. He has to open it. Yeah. So that's kind of what I did. I wrap it. So funny thing, from Australia, then I send this to Korea, to the fan base. The fan base pack it, like everything, and then she sent to Sehun. Then after that, I think it was probably like a month or something. Then obviously, as usual, I just follow Sehun with his stuff. And the funny thing is, like, I feel like it's so poetic in a way. He was in America, and I've been seeing him here and there. He was wearing glasses that I was like, sounds in America with glasses. Cool. But I didn't pick up because all the pictures, he didn't take pictures of himself, and there's no HD pictures. They're all pictures like when the people on the street like, oh my God, this K-pop idol kind of thing. So I didn't really pay attention until I think I was sleeping or something. And then like, I just got my message like bing, 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 like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my friend messaged the graphic designer who designed VV sticker. Then she designed me like fucking Kasey, Sehun wore glasses. I was like, wait, what? So turns out I already saw him in some pictures, but I couldn't pick up at the time because the lighting wasn't the best.
Yeah.
And
it's
how
not like official fan cam,
I think it was a few weeks after he received the gift, so he picked these glasses with him to go to America. So very cute thing of Sehun, how we found out, because obviously the lighting wasn't the best. He didn't take the sticker off.
Oh.
So you know how like glasses, they have a sticker?
Yeah.
He didn't take the sticker off.
So you know it's
so
the
I
one
know
that you
it's
sent.
the one I bought, and he basically wore the glasses for an entire trip. But basically the day I found out was actually my birthday.
Wow.
I don't know if the day I found out or the first day that he started wearing it, but basically around that time. So basically his birthday is like early April, and my birthday is like end of April.
Yeah.
So to me, it was like my peak in my life because I caught him wearing that. Yeah, I dare to say, ever since that, I don't think I achieved anything. But
I think that is mind-blowing. So you're telling me that you actually handpicked a gift for a K-pop idol that obviously you're obsessed with.
Yeah.
And you send it to him via a fan service platform, right? And he managed to pick this gift, and obviously he 99% chance he probably read your letter, and he wore the glasses that you chose
Yeah.
as a gift,
Yeah.
and he's just rocking it
Yeah.
on his daily life.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
What
I'm the
the
chosen
fuck?
one. And just now, I like him so much. The letter, the way I wrote it, it's like, it wasn't a long one, it's a short one. It's like, hey, Sehun, blah, blah, like, you know the way Asian talk is like, oh,
Please DM me.
no, thank you for you being you. Like, my life like is easier because of your existence. You the one give me strength for me to manage my
You are
daily
my
life.
will to live. Yeah.
So, yeah, something like that, but in a subtle way. And like, I was putting it, please stay healthy. Like, it's sad for me to see him so lonely. It's totally okay too if you want someone to support you in my life, and like subtly be like, it's okay too even you get good girlfriend. I know why I put that, but I just subtly put shit like that. Like my letter is just so like, you're my baby, kind of like that. And then like
Fangirling.
yeah, but in a really like mom way. Like I would never be upset if Sehun ends up dating
I
someone.
will support whatever decisions you
Yeah,
make.
I think I like him so much. Like I get through the point. Like I want someone to take care of him. To like he can date someone, not to take care of the woman. The woman to take care of him. Cause like he can't really cook, and like the way he eats everything, like, and he's just not the best. Like even the way he dressed. So I kind of want like a woman to take care of him. And sometimes the way he acts, I just feel like he has to be single. Look at the way he acts. But anyway, that's not important. So basically the glasses that I was like, oh fuck, like I've picked, and like the mini community we in, like people start like be like, oh my god, look at that glasses. It was my friend, blah, blah. So I felt that like. Not like instant fame, but like around the mini circle, like people
you will
be
recognize people like, yo,
wow.
that's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure people are like, oh yeah, yo, my friend. Look at the glasses. My friend.
Yeah, and you know, like not too many fans in Hong Kong, they would go out of their way. So like there's still some, but not as many. So I think to me it was very memorable. And after a while, I think after probably 2-3 months, and then one of the fan sites Sehun wore the glasses again, and just, you know, because Sehun has so many like glasses, clothes, hats, whatever, like he'll never run out of clothes, so he ended up wearing the glasses again. So I was like, fuck, like he must really like the glasses. The fact he wore it twice or 3 times. So he wore it to one of the fan side. The fan side obviously the fan signing, basically sometimes like they have event, they sign, for example, album and stuff, so you get to meet fans. And obviously I was in Australia, I couldn't go, and the fan side who helped me to deliver the gift to Sehun, she was there, so she picked that up, and I think she had a chat with Sehun and be like, oh Sehun, you wore this glasses the second time. Then he was like, yeah, I like it, blah, blah, something like that. So I think the fan side at the time, she was quite impressed as well, so she specifically posted like, oh, lucky Kasey Lo, your glasses got worn by Sehun twice, and she actually like picked that out and posted it. So I was, oh fuck, like that's such a,
that was your peak, man.
Such an honor, I'll
that was
say.
your peak, and your birthday present, the best birthday gift in the world.
Yeah. And I think like I felt so guilty because it was around the time like my heart started like swinging a bit. I started watching Produce 101, so I felt so like caught in red hand, like, oh fuck, like I was borderline cheating.
How
and like
dare you
this
cheat
is
on
like
EXO?
Sehun sign like sending to me I should stay loyal and stuff, but I still end up cheating. So I still end up moving on to 101. But anyway, that was the peak of my life. Yeah.
Damn. What a story,
just K-pop life, my actual life.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect, like when you say like you are into K-pop, I genuinely did not foresee nor expect this level of obsession. Like, I'm more than happy to call it an obsession. I think it is.
Yeah, it is obsession. But if you pay attention...
But the level of reach though, you know what I mean? Your peak was peak. You get what I mean? It's not just like, yeah, I listened to NewJeans. I bought the album. Yo, what's up? I'm a stan. I'm a bunny.
It's like, imagine like if you like Ronaldo so much, you send him something and he end up using it.
Yeah.
In that sense. That's why it was so big to me. And I really put in a lot of effort, like picking it, very person-centered. Like,
it was a very thoughtful gift, right? You did mention that you think a lot.
Yeah, I think it's more like
blah, blah, blah.
I felt there as in like my love for Sehun. I don't just get him something that I think I'll like it. Like I actually pick something I guess that he would like it, and he confirmed that. It's like the instant validation is like, maybe I do know you quite well. Like I know what you like.
I know you more than yourself, man.
Maybe not like that, but like it's like, oh, like I kind of like comfort myself, like, oh yeah, you actually really like him, you know him quite well. But I think obviously it sounds crazy to outsider, but like in our own little community, it's something like really warm, like very wholesome, heartwarming stuff. But like if you look from far, like all these fuckers, they're all mentally ill. I was mentally ill. No one with us, like, with normal, like, mentally healthy would do shit like
Healthy
this.
boundaries.
Yeah. So I think now I'm so mentally stable, kind of out of it as well. So at the time, like, but no offense, I think I do feel like my happiest period in my life was around that time. So I think at the time, like, Sehun was my source of happiness, and to me it was so easy. My source of happiness is this random Korean dude from fucking Seoul named On Sehun.
Yeah.
And because they're idol, they wouldn't show if they're sad. So when he's happy, I'm happy. New comeback, I'm happy.
I guess it's the most efficient way to keep yourself happy and
it was
motivated
so
to keep yourself
easy
alive.
to achieve. And like now, like, because I don't have Sehun anymore, I don't have K-pop, so I have to make myself happy, which was so fucking hard. So, so K-pop kind of, I think, helped me a bit in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting experience. You know, India and they got to keep an open mind that everyone experience things differently. And to me, the moment when you say about all these things, right, it really sort of like give me some parallels to like football, which I'm not going to dive deep into, but it really reminds me of like, damn, there are a lot of fanatics out there. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, just choose your poison.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's not poison if you enjoy. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like lactose.
I disagree, but okay anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, you know, thank you for sharing, first of all. I genuinely appreciate your confession. I think it's very eye-opening. I didn't know that it could be to that extent. And especially, I did not expect you to have this level of peak.
Yeah.
This peakness when it comes to K-pop, and especially like your obsession with Sehun. But yeah, I guess it did provide you with very memorable and like nostalgic experiences right now when you reflect upon. So
yeah, I still have the postcard of him wearing that glasses. So good thing they released that.
I mean, first of all, I think a good justification would be, you know, the fact that you directly touch his life. As in, there is a direct connection right now with the glasses being the platform for it, being the medium for it. It's like, you know what? All of your expenses are borderline justified. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
But not like you need justification in the first place. But
it's like that amount of money, if I spend on myself, I wouldn't be as happy.
Wow. That is...
I don't think I'll get much happiness out of it, but it's different when I do it for him. So I think I really, like, my happiness was dependent on him at the time, which was good because you basically, it's like contractor. You sign it to someone else, so you're not in charge for your own happiness. So I think like that was my coping mechanism at the time.
Yeah. And just to wrap things up right before we close it, go and check out NewJeans Ditto.
Shouldn't you talk about EXO? Dude, we talked
the
whole...
because...
Oh,
yeah. Go check out NewJeans Ditto's MV, because it basically sort of like summarizes, and the theme is basically about obsession with K-pop idols.
Yes.
Go and check the review or something, like the breakdown analysis or something. I think it's... Yeah, it really captures your whole journey in this EXO fan base.
With
the happiness thing especially.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. But yeah, any final advice maybe to current K-pop fans, new K-pop fans?
I think I won't say new K-pop fans. I think it's just like, obviously, my way. I feel like when it comes to K-pop, like not just K-pop, when it comes to things that I'm passionate about, unfortunately, I was only passionate about K-pop. Like, I feel like you either not do it, like, all or nothing. I don't like people who so like wishy-washy halfway. Yeah, that's why I always like, I get very defensive when people are like, oh, I like Sehun too. Like, I was like, you don't, bitch. You just watch a few YouTube videos. Like, how dare you to call, like, put like the standard there. You wouldn't put that on yourself if you be like, oh, I love my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Spend some money then. That's the easiest way, quickest way to show your love.
It's like saying that you support Manchester United but you only know Ronaldo. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really mindful because the laptop is only 5% right now, so we have to wrap it up.
Bye.
So yes, thank you everyone for listening to this extent. You know, this sounds like it's a... I was about to say series, but I'm like, shut the fuck up.
No.
We're not starting a series. It's just an episode. Calm the fuck down, Aaron. Calm your titties. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Stay high, stay low, stay hydrated. Have a lovely weekend. And send... I don't know what to say. Wrap it up, faster.
Yay. Sehun. Maybe go, I don't know, listen to EXO or something.
Okay, final thing. What's your favorite EXO song? Right before we wrap it up.
I actually don't.
Top 3.
I actually don't.
Recommend one
But
song
okay,
to
yeah.
new EXO listeners.
There's no new EXO listener, but if you're interested in EXO, maybe if you want to know how EXO is, maybe you can go have a look, watch Monster MV, because I think Sehun looked the best in that MV. I was really into the leather jacket and gloves. Anyway, bye.
Jesus, man.